Hi Fazila, my name is Sandy Dhuyvetter and it's so wonderful to spend some time with you in the Seychelles, and thank you for the opportunity to talk a little bit about human trafficking. I am also the executive producer and host of Travel Talk Radio and Travel Talk Television, but I'm also on the board of directors of Airline Ambassadors International, where we spend a lot of time thinking and doing work about children. We do work with medical survivorship with children, taking them all over the world, making sure they have the medical needs taken care of. But we've also introduced human trafficking awareness training all over the world, especially at airports and in transportation centers where we know that there is a great need for more awareness. We also know that children are most likely to be abducted or to find themselves trafficked. And for a moment, I would like to just explain some of the ways that you can find out more about awareness and how you can get more proactive at being aware of human trafficking. You know, it happens all over the world. There's no country that is denied this horrible crime. And, you know, it's about supply and demand. Some of the countries are more about demand and some are more about supply. So we see that the transportation has a lot to do with it. And of course, at Airline Ambassadors, it is made up mostly of flight attendants. Although I'm not a flight attendant, I'm surrounded by them. And I'm so impressed at their work and being able to identify these kinds of needs. What we do is we go around to airlines and we go around to other travel companies and we talk about how they can become more aware and what to do when you do find that there is a situation that you are questioning and you're not quite sure of. Of course, you know, we might not be always correct when we identify, but it's very important to keep our eyes open. You know, children are the most vulnerable. Certainly trafficking happens to the older, to the younger, to the middle-sized, to the middle-aged, but the children are so at risk. So we have to keep our eyes open. And one of the ways to do that is, as we travel, to watch and be aware of our surroundings. Certainly airlines are a great transport opportunity for traffickers. And we know that it's the #2 crime now beside drug trafficking. And the drug traffickers are now holding all of this. And they're holding these children hostage because they can resell the children where they can only sell the drugs one time. So what we talk about is how to become aware, and what we do is we talk about what to look for. And I want to make some suggestions, although it's different in all different areas. But what we have found most often is to watch and see about the children and see about the relationship with the people that they travel with. If you find that there is no really deep relationship that you see happening, keep observing. But do not touch the victim, do not talk to them, but just observe. In the United States, we always acknowledge that the Department of Homeland Security does a great job, and we provide the phone numbers, which we can do for you. But we also have international phone numbers that go into the Department of Homeland Security that speak 17 different languages that can help with the different areas and the different vicinities that you're in. But I would like to say that, you know, not all children who are with people who might not look like each other, they might be a family. So the message from the Department of Homeland Security in the United States is they would rather just know about this, even if it's not accurate. You know, trust your gut instinct. I mean, you know, our intuitions say a lot about us. And in fact, Airline Ambassadors, on one day, we were able to identify 4 trafficking incidents on 4 different airlines. And it was all because we watched and we were aware. You know, the idea is to sometimes for the flight attendants, and they have a wonderful opportunity to say hello to the children and to say, how did you get here? And especially if they're traveling alone. So, you know, there's a lot of ways to find awareness. We're just touching on it, but we do provide awareness training in all airports and all travel companies. So if you're interested, go to airlineamb.org for more information, and we would be very happy to supply more information for you. Thank you for listening.